hello. This is Alison Picadura from Bollywood Film One. Is Raj Pablo around?
Raj.
Oh, hello, Raj. How are you doing?
Really good, darling. How are you?
Good. I'm very, very well. Is it okay for you to talk now? Do you have time?
Yeah, we are. We're both together.
Great to speak to you after having so much email contact. Just to let you know, I've set up that lunch for Friday.
Lunch on Friday, then?
Yes, definitely. But I wanted to have a quick chat with you guys before then. Just 20 minutes, 10 minutes, just sort of discuss what we'll be going through at lunch, if that's okay.
Fantastic.
Great. Well, obviously, I'm very interested in everything you've said in your email, all the coverage. You know, I explained before, for the film we're doing, we need to sort of target the Asian market in Britain. So we thought, you know, you could help us with that. I mean, really, if you could just sort of suggest a good plan, like a good advertising plan.
We're going to need to know kind of who's in it, or you know, in how we can peg it in terms of promoting it
and coverage. Absolutely. Well, that will all, because once we meet up on Friday, I can bring like a confidentiality agreement, if that's okay with you guys. You know how it is. If you could just sign, so it's all sort of under wraps, and then we can discuss the film in more detail when I meet you. I mean, is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay, great.
What time schedule are you working towards?
Well, what we want to do is we want to start advertising sort of next year. Obviously, the film's going to be released in October next year.
Right.
So we're going to start some advertising a good few months before that. But really, you know, it depends what you guys think would work. I mean, we think, you know,
sort of strong Bollywood element in it.
Yeah, yes, there is. It's a Bollywood film, but it's being produced in Hollywood, if you see what I mean.
Right, okay, we're with you.
You know, but really, with you guys, what we're looking for is really good targeting and just you know, some advice. I mean, I guess you've had quite a lot of experience of doing stuff like this. So, I mean, what would you suggest? What would you suggest would be a good angle to go to sort of get to the Asian community?
A lot of it will depend on the cast.
Yeah.
And who's in the film.
Right.
Once we get an idea of possibly the storyline of the film, then you kind of just look around and see what else could be happening that resembles the storyline.
Well, without revealing too much, I can tell you that it's a love story, and the lead, one of the leads, is an established Bollywood actor.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
You probably know him then.
Oh yes, you will. You will know him. Yeah, you probably know more about him than I do, to be honest. But yes, it's an established Bollywood actor. So
established Bollywood actor. I mean, that already makes it a lot more easier.
Yes, exactly. So just tell me a bit about what kind of work have you done before? You know, with helping marketing movies.
When Selfridges did their Bollywood lunch, that was us. We sat down and we worked as consultants with them in terms of, you know, helping them target the Asian market. Because it was such a big thing, and they don't just have Asian shoppers, but they wanted to bring in the Asian shoppers as well. So it was more about how to make it appealing to the masses in general and get them to come and spend money as well.
Right.
With things like Bombay Dreams, it was quite very similar, and the timing of it was brilliant as well, because Selfridges just finished and Bombay Dreams started, and there was a really good overlap there. And the most recent thing with reference to getting an Asian target audience, Somerset House, that could be set up Bollywood United there, because they don't have a predominantly Asian clientele, and that's been so successful now that they've asked us to close the entire ice skating season. What people try to do with our brand, as Raj Pablo, once we're known on the Asian circuit here and abroad as well now, every Raj Pablo touch is successful, because we don't do everything willy-nilly.
Right, so it's actually very planned. We're looking, we're looking at a variety of individuals and agencies to handle it for us. As we sort of discuss a plan together with you, what we want to achieve, you know, we just want as much awareness as possible, so as much advertising as we can get, really, in the, I guess, sort of ethnic press, but also, you know, general, just to get interest going. And we're looking possibly at radio advertising, maybe some TV adverts, but that will probably be handled through our media planner. But what do you guys do sort of a whole bespoke service? What could you offer us in terms of coverage?
It depends on what your budget is, where you're coming from, and what you want to specifically organise.
It's more than just a simple advert. You know what I mean? And
catching the imagination of people, making it slightly different, a bit more interactive.
Absolutely. And what other films then have you marketed recently?
Check the India, again, that premiered at Somerset House, which was an open air, it's an open air screen.
Yeah.
And they managed to get Shah Rukh Khan to come down for that film.
Right.
He actually was there. I mean, we run our own Bollywood club night that we've been doing for 10 years.
Yeah.
And basically attracts most of and it's mostly media and celebrity. And we also have our own radio show on the BBC. And
yes.
Based on this. So in that way, with the music and with film, I mean, our radio show is the #1 show where if we say a movie's going to flop,
yeah,
watch it. They don't go and watch it.
Oh gosh, I hope you don't say that about ours. So with your radio show, you can what kind of? I mean, I know obviously there's a bit of a conflict of interest there, though, isn't there? But so I mean, what would you do? Any kind? What kind of advertising could you arrange for that? Would you think it would be a good market, for example, for the advertising?
If anything, with the radio show, it'll probably be. We'd have to talk to our producers. It will probably be based around either a competition or maybe a live broadcast around the film. Again, there'd have to be a peg around that because obviously we could talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
But if we want to go a bit further, there'd be ways around it.
Good. So,
is the movie any good?
Well, that's a rather delicate point that I was going to come on to, and this is why I'm asking you about these kinds of things. I mean, between you and I, it's not a great movie.
Right.
It's not the greatest movie. I mean, obviously, it's down to public opinion.
As a kind of lead up to it, we possibly say, this is what's happening. We need to find a USP for the film, and it's happening. This film will be out at so and so time. For example, if you say you did something at the Cannes Film Festival, and we would feed news down here saying that this is a film to watch out for because they've made a stir at the Cannes Film Festival. It's going to be released in the UK in October. If you don't want it to be a review and you want it to be more of a hype, then it will have to be things that possibly we do or you do before the film is actually out. If the movie released gets bad reviews, then possibly it will nosedive. But if there's things that you do beforehand which catches people's attention.
Yeah, of course, guaranteeing it, and then that would sort of help stave off the fact if it's not a sort of quality movie,
And generically, majority of if you're targeting an Asian audience specifically, if the hype is good enough, but the movie isn't good enough, the movie will last if people are sufficiently interested in the first place. Be it with the soundtrack, be it with the star aspect, be it because it's got a good buzz from Cannes.
Absolutely, and then sort of emphasising all the positive aspects of it.
Yeah.
And as the reviews are concerned, is there any sort of scope there with you guys?
Part of what we do is review the Bollywood film that's released under the sun anyway.
Oh, brilliant.
We probably, even if we hadn't had this conversation with you and the movie was released, we'd probably have to review it anyway.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's fantastic news. So would that be sort of? Would you sort of include that as part of the package for us, or?
Yeah. Well, that would be included in part of the package. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Fantastic. And I mean, we're looking at some other PR agencies, obviously, as well. But I think, because yours is more of a bespoke service, and because of all your contacts, and you're well respected as well in your field, that's sort of setting you guys apart. And that's really why what interested me in meeting you, really. Just to get, just a ballpark figure for now is fine, because obviously we'll discuss everything in more detail. But what kind of price would you guys be looking for all of this?
It's really difficult to say because we don't know how many, what we're going to be doing, how many days of work it will require. Do you know what I mean?
All right then. Well, listen. Thank you so much for chatting. We look forward to seeing you on Friday.
See you then.